AskReddit. Donald Trump hasn't tweeted in 19 hours. What are your theories on what's happening in the White House right now?
January 1, 2017, there have been a total of 7,119 tweets and 43 cases where more than 24 hours have passed between two tweets, most recently on January 16 to 17 this year. The longest pause was 45,9 hours between 7th and 9th of June 2017. So the current pause isn't unprecedented, but still rare. Once it gets to 46 hours it will be a first during the presidency. For what it's worth, June 8, 2017 is when James Comey testified before a Senate committee on why he thought he was fired over the FBI investigating the alleged collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign. Jan 16 was in the middle of the shutdown, and Trump was telling furloughed employees to keep working. He had to delay his sue. And it was when Barr was being confirmed. In all fairness, it feels like there's always some kind of scandal happening, so you can attribute just about any moment of silence to some perpetual controversy. What a weirdly accurate comment. The Wi-Fi is down. And it's not an accident. It's a happy mistake. Just like me. Just like Kov. Kov is the best thing to come out of the Trump presidency. A good time for everyone on both sides of the aisle. Fox and Friends sounds like a children's cartoon, and all I can imagine is Trump sitting cross-legged on the floor looking up at a big TV while sucking on a juice box. Basically what it's like, except that instead of a juice box it has a well-paid adult actress with a strong stomach. Nah. She eats Cocoa Pebbles for him, sees him naked, and pukes into his mouth like a baby bird. Tweet, 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 tweet. My theory is that he's 19 hours into the first paragraph of Mueller's report. Somebody get him the audiobook. According to sources, they have a hard time keeping his attention during meetings. Might need a little more than an audiobook. Try an audio flipbook. Or an audio pop-up book smile. All they have to do is put his name in every other sentence. This is literally how people are able to get him to read reports. He's such a pathetic narcissist he's not able to pay attention to things that don't mention his name frequently enough. They do also keep them to one page or so. And pepper them with his name. It takes both. I don't remember that in Hamilton. The horse used the elevator? I didn't know he could do that. That shouldn't be allowed no matter who the horse is. Someone stole his phone and hid it in the vegetable crisper. Better yet, the microwave. Maybe they're charging the battery for him. Directly in the deep state surveillance machine? Not likely. Backing up to the cloud. Someone call an envoy. That show is the shit. He's playing virtual golf and mobile strike on the Pentagon servers. I think he's actually at Mar-a-Lago this weekend. So he's probably driving all over some greens. Most probably. Brian from The Office opened a Word document and put a fake URL at the top. We've been protected by a hero without a cape. Things I really wish were real. I mean, it is. Check his Twitter feed. It's pretty shocking stuff, even for the internet. I got $20 someone gave him a Chinese finger trap. Had to be one of those kid-sized ones from Chuck E. Cheese though. That man is a national hero. An intern is reading the Mueller report to him, that was willingly handed over by Barr. The intern is sweating. Can he explain this to Trump with the 12-pack of crayons, but oranges worn to a nib? Remember when George W. Bush was our dumbest president? Goddamn, I miss GW. He dropped a heroic dose of acid, let go of his ego, realized his mistakes, and is now contemplating the meaning of life. Literally best case scenario. Everyone asks what's conf but why is conf? I just assume his aides have been playing hot potato with his phone for the past 19 hours in a desperate attempt to keep him from blatantly incriminating himself in a fit of panic over Mueller delivering his report. It's confirmed that they do this. They also snatch papers off his desk that they know would be a disaster if he signed them. They also try their best to keep important documents out of the shredder. He's also fired multiple White House staff, but they know they're nobodies to him, and they show up to work the next day, and he either doesn't recognize them, or he just doesn't give a shit. Really? Pancakes. The mental image of Trump, knife and fork in hand, bib on, smiling in anticipation of a hot stack of fresh pancakes while the entire administration falls to pieces around him made me chuckle. They're called hotcakes when they come from McDonald's. He forgot how to spell password 123 and is consequentially locked out of his phone. The only reason to disbelieve this is the suggestion that Donnie has a more secure password than the politician that was filmed entering 123456 as his password. Remind me to change the code on my luggage. Putin hasn't been returning his calls, so he's calling Kim, and now they're having phone sex. Someone gave him a fake phone. He thinks he's really tweeting. Or he's been shadow banned and doesn't know it. I just can't stop thinking about when I gave my kid an unplugged Xbox controller. Played happy as anything for ages thinking she was a sing the game. An intern gave him a dummy phone. Someone check what @RealDonaldNerp is posting right now. Now I want to see a @RealDonaldTurnip parody account. Make gardens great again. The real one already feels like a parody account. The worst is when you don't hear from the horse. He*, like 72, he probably died in the shower. It's the eye of the storm until what's contained in the Mueller report is made known. In the interim, he's probably been cautioned about making verbal comments. Perhaps a WH advisor told him, freeze your teeth and give your tongue a sleigh ride. My tongue is having the greatest sleigh ride. There are people all around the world asking how my tongue rides the sleigh so well. I tell them, I say when the teeth freeze, this is the best time to get your sleigh out of the garage. Have you seen the garage? Immaculate. Insurmountable. You couldn't even surmount it. So if you want me to do this, I will do this. Remember, though, you're asking a master of his craft to do something very easy for him. Very easy. Nothing. He's golfing in Florida today. He can multitask. Half the time he's tweeting, he's got a hamburger in the other hand. POTUS actually reading the report is out of the question. There's probably 100 staffers making slides and pictograms with the ones Barr needs to suppress highlighted in red all caps. The ghost of John McCain is teabagging him. Furious, hasty plans are being made. Isn't he at Mar-a-Lago this weekend? Doesn't he usually tweet like crazy when he is there? His highest level of tweeting statistically is when Fox and Friends is on executive time, which means he's switching between naps and watching TV. All I can figure is, if the Mueller report was good news for him, he'd be tweeting that. His phone fell under the couch. How bad is it that a perfectly normal thing like the president not being on his phone for half a day is completely out of character and a legitimate concern? My theory is that he's 19 hours into the first paragraph of Mueller's report. His transformation is on schedule. While useful in many ways, pseudopods are not suited for tweeting. His aides have mostly fled, and in any case he is no longer capable of speech and would not be able to convey his thoughts to them. Many wonders await us all. He started a very hard 25-piece puzzle. Brag weed coming. The box said 3 to 5 years and they finished it in a week. His aides are poring over the Mueller report. My guess is somebody at some point told him to shut the fuck up until they can formulate a public statement. Whether or not Trump colluded, I think it is fairly obvious him and his campaign were up to some sketchy shit. Even if he's not guilty of straight-up treason, Mueller clearly stumbled upon various illegal acts, hence all the indictments and Donnie's general rage. Right now I think the White House knows this probably won't look good for them either way and they're panicking trying to find a way to spin it. No matter what happens they are gonna say Trump did nothing. Still, their silence is strange. Normally they'd just spit out nothing happened. That they even need to think about their response is telling.